Yeah, so, right. Introductions! Me as DarkInsanities. I'm playing tiefling called Pelaios. I exist on a Twitter thing where I tweet a large quantity of bullshit at DarkInsanities. Hi, Frici.
Hi, I'm Frici. I play Belanor. I don't really tweet anymore, but I should probably fix that, and it's happening on Frici_TV.
The underscore is very important to Frici. He was very sad that he couldn't have that name on Twitch. There's a history there. It's funny. It amuses me. Hi, Dave.
Hi. I'm Dave. I haven't slept, so
That seems standard.
yeah. I play Vakhuil on Wheel, which is a great name. I tweet a lot, way too much actually. It's Colossus. I'm not even gonna try and spell that for you. and I stream a lot. Well, not anymore, but I try to stream a lot. So that's what I do.
That's fair. Thank you for the follow, Ali. Thank you for the host earlier, not Dave, the other one, Rocky. For not midget one. Hi, Vixie.
Hi.
You had a whole week to prepare this time. You get no excuses.
Okay, fair. I still don't do well talking in front of people. Hi, I'm Vixie. I play Lisana, and I am on Twitter at rsVixieRose.
Hi, Rocky.
Hello.
That's the best intro of everyone.
See, it's not just me.
Best intro.
Oh, no. But yes, hi, I'm Rocky. I'm the DM for all this silliness. You can find me tweeting every once in a while at the GM Rocky, capital TGMR. The rest is lowercase. I'll be playing everybody else, and we'll see what the gang gets up to.
I imagine it will involve chaos somehow. I just find myself surprised that I'm not playing a chaotic character. Right, so Discord, we have a Discord server. There is a convenient link in the chat just now. Thank you, Ali, for following to save me having to actually press the button to make the Discord command happen. If you could follow at the same time every week just before I get to this notice, that would be ideal. Thank you. There's a dedicated category to the D&D thing. We have a channel and stuff. I have to edit this to say episode roundups coming soon because that's happened now. Rocky has written a epic chapter. Okay, semi-epic chapter. It was levels 1 to 3. It doesn't get bad epic quite yet. Of our first adventure. In the Chronicles of the Shadowlights, because we somehow ended up calling ourselves the Shadowlights. And I'm very vexed at all of the rest of you for not coming up with anything better than the crap I came up with, but never mind. It's happened.
Still not sorry about that.
Fuck's sake. Okay, anyway.
Sometimes the worst names that always stick with you, but you have to name for yourself with it. So, who knows? You'll come to like it in time.
Yep, sure.
It's like an ugly puppy.
Yep, sure. Good luck with that. So yeah, other than that, last episode is up on YouTube. This episode will go up on Friday. There's an exclamation campaign will give you a playlist link and stuff. I should probably update that to include the fact that we've named ourselves. I have started working because YouTube's introduced this chapters feature, which I started working on, but I'm lazy as hell and really haven't made the effort to go through 3 hours of video several times over, finding all of the different points. I've done one episode, and it's very rudimentary, and I might do the others at some point when I have literally nothing else to do in my life.
Timestamps.
Yeah, timestamps for the win. The thing is, it's not off a Twitch VOD, it's off a YouTube cut, so we can't even just mark it down as we go, because it will all change, because half the beginning will get lopped out, and half the middle will get lopped out, and half the end gets lopped. I lop out about 20 minutes to half an hour of every show in total. So it completely screws up trying to do it as we go along. Anyway, I'm told I have to also tell you to please consider liking, favoriting, and subscribing and sharing, etc., 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 to all of that stuff. It'll be great. In like 40-something additional subscribers, I get to actually have a non-completely generic character spam URL. It'll be great. Woo. Anyway, there are chat commands for every character. If you use type exclamation and their first name in chat, then you will see a bit of information about them, and you will also see on this side the DnD Beyond overlay, which will show you some basic stuff, and there's clicked links and all of that to their full character sheets on DnD Beyond. We're using Roll20 for the main stream view, all the maps, all the rolling, and all of that sort of thing will show up there. When we actually start the game, there are no alerts making noise on screen or anything like that, and we will, for the most part, be ignoring chat verbally, though we will still type in chat when we feel like it. Other than that, we have 3 rules. Rule number 1, the DM is always right. Rule number 2, players can try to change the DM's mind, but the DM is still always right. Rule number 3, viewers are not players and do not get to argue. Which brings us to the DM, who is always right.
Until I'm not, but that's an entirely different preface. Alright, let's have some music! So, last we did off, I believe, let's see, it was, yeah. It is a new day, I believe, actually. Let me double check the chronicle, because I hate calendar keeping.
Yes, indeed.
So your last encounter happened to deal on the 28th of Undalar. Undalar? No. Wait. Hold up. Months are hard. Give me a second here.
Undalar, yeah. Undalar. Oh, is that something we started?
Yeah, Undalar. Yes. Your last... Your blah 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 blah. Yes, you started a bit before the Zenith. You had the Zenith. You did some stuff after the Zenith. Yeah, the last bit of your journey ended on the 20th of Undalar. It has turned over to the first of the month, Brusendar. Waking up in sort of start of good bit of summer, really. And it's, sun shining, everyone's working as if nothing had happened in the past little while, unbeknownst, except from the Watchmaster and a few other folk know of your deeds over the past week-ish.
Are you saying we're not internationally famous now?
No, you're not.
Oh no, I'm fine with us.
I think you'll find we're not even nationally famous.
Touche.
But that still leaves you with about your final little while in the Bill and Bull, as I'm sure you can all tell me what you're doing on this new day with coins heavy in your pocket.
Drinking.
I mean, if it's the beginning of the
After
day...
how that went, definitely drinking.
Well, I mean, if it's the beginning of the day, then I've slept in. After all of that mess. And, well, I spent some time extensively washing and combing my hair and just generally being nice to my hair because it's nice hair.
Wandering the shops.
I would probably have done my prayers and taken a seat at the bar of the Bill and Bull and just looking generally busy in my head, basically. Thinking about stuff. Just thinking about stuff.
We can hear the hammers clanging against the anvil that is the mind of the Vakhuil.
Yes. And this is, and to make this perfectly clear, this is unusual because Vakhuil doesn't think.
Well, that's for
we know.
Lost in thought and can't find his way out.
Yeah.
Once I have done that, I am going to also go and find a for want of a better way of putting it, a notebook, a journal type something. Not really a journal, but more of a notebook type thing, but something I can write in. Type thing,
let's see.
and the tools to write within it, though I feel like I might already have that, I don't know.
Let's see if we can't find you some nice little bits and pieces and equipment.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be anything particularly fancy. It's not like I need magical ink or anything for this. It's just something to...
Oh, why not? No.
Yeah, I probably couldn't get any here anyway, because this ain't a magic town. Like, we're probably the highest concentration of magic in our party in the entire city.
Oh yes, oh yes. So you're just looking for like a blank book and stuff to write in, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, probably a good blank book that's, pretty, weatherproof. You're looking at about 10 gold, and that includes sort of the writing supplies to go with it.
That seems reasonable. 10 gold, remove. Done.
And what about
other
what are you
possessions?
sharpen around? Yeah, that'll be under other possessions. So what is Lisana shopping for?
Not really anything in particular. She's mostly just biding time at the moment.
Actually, Vakhuil is going back to that herb store.
Oh no.
Alright.
Because I believe I asked to look to invent something for my dragon.
You?
Dragon
yes.
skincare. There it is.
Oh no.
Oh, right.
Dragon skincare it is. Well, as you do head back up and along, going back to the lay of the land. You are greeted familiarly with that sound of the slight bell as you go in, and the familiar sense of something being cooked. The shop owner having a bite to eat around this brunch time.
Oh, hello.
Oh, welcome back, dearie. How are you? How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I was wondering if you had looked into the dragon skincare products.
I definitely had. It's definitely quite curious to have a look into care of another creature that does not have the same kind of skin. But from what I can tell is you're looking for something slightly oil-based, but sort of relatively thin, so it won't block or take in too much heat, still lets things breathe. And from that point on, just something that will, just moisturize.
Yes. Do you have that for me?
I tried making a little something. I don't know if it actually does work, but I'll let you have it for free so you can test it and do tell me if it does happen to be pleasing at all.
Okay, that sounds good.
Well, thank you so much, dearie.
Someday I'm going to come back to either kill this person or give him a lot of gold. It's one of the two.
Oh boy.
Equipment, other possessions, and what are you describing this as?
We could probably simply call it lizard lotion.
Lizard. How much? A vial or something?
A vial of lizard lotion, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take it back to the Bill and Bull, and because I'm still scared of whatever this is, I'm just gonna put a little bit on its paws and see on its right paw and see how it reacts to it.
All right, can you give me a Constitution roll for your little dragon buddy?
Do I have that in my? I don't think I have like.
Look under extras. You'll see his stats, and you'll just have to do a generic roll in chat.
Extras.
Con is 13.
+1.
Yeah, +1 would have been more helpful, to be fair.
Oh.
Oh.
Well.
Yeah. Alha sort of, looking at what you've done, just sort of licks at it and just sort of like, and just sort of, starts trying to rub wherever you've rubbed off with something else.
Okay. I'm gonna put away the vial, and I'm gonna take the dragon to a butcher and buy him a lot of meat to say sorry.
If David rolled a natural 1, then would Lisana and I have come back just to the entire inn in ruins? The dragon immediately rages and
I don't think I was close enough to say that. I'd like to say sorry to the dragon. It should be able to understand me.
Okay, come on. We're gonna get some meat. I'm sorry. Okay, how much does like I don't know a few slabs of meat cost?
Give me a moment here. Let's see. Looking at various.
Preferably something that will last 1 or 2 days.
Looking for a chunk of meat.
Yeah.
3 silver.
But it has to last the dragon 2 or 3 days, so that's closer to 30 gold at this point, surely.
It's a tiny dragon, dude.
It's still a dragon. Dragons eat a lot.
Okay, slab of meat. We'll probably get rid of this within a day.
It's mostly just
Okay.
it chomped its head onto the piece of meat and just seems to be sucking on it more than anything else, just trying to get the taste out of its mouth.
Okay, I give it to him, and I'm just gonna go back to thinking because apparently that's a better use of time. What do pseudo dragons drink? What is their favorite drink?
Oh well, they don't drink. They mostly just have water, but
Okay.
they.
Can I
may
can
delve
I
into
make
other
sure
stuff.
can I make sure to get like a bucket of water from somewhere and put it down for him?
I'm pretty sure water is pretty readily available, no
Okay.
charge really.
Okay.
And after probably a milling about for everyone, it starts to get past morning and getting a little bit closer to around noontime. Probably all convened back in the Bill and Bull right about this time, yeah?
Oh
As
no, there's something
everyone's
else I
in-
want to do, sorry, first.
Mhm.
I will take the item I acquired during the festival. I will find a post office, for want of a better way of putting it, and ask for it to be sent. Actually, no, ignore all of that. I'm not going to do any of that. I'll deliver it in person.
Noted.
Wasn't me.
Mm-hmm. So, as it's getting closer to around the noontime, sort of figuring out what you could possibly do from here, it's getting close to around the time that you would have all had yourself settled and about to expire with your set days. But there is a sound, a clanging. The doors to the Bill and Bull opening, and a voice that projects itself and rings like a hammer striking hot metal straight into Vakhuil's ears.
Oh no.
Well, if it isn't the Lil Mountain with big dreams,
I'd know that mug like it was my own tankard.
Oh no.
And standing in the doorway is a familiar face to one Vakhuil, who I will show.
Which one is this?
That's familiar enough, apparently.
Well, with his darkened skin, rusty, embered hair, a very ornate hammer upon that he holds, is another hammer inscribed as a symbol. You can see that there are some remnants of vestments on him, but it is mostly covered in armor. This appears to be a cleric of some form. But Vakhuil, you know this as a priest you had helped down on his luck, and when he seeks you out a little bit too often when you were around.
Yeah.
Just because he liked the cut of your jib. You know this as Mikul Jordan.
Oh no.
I'm looking through my notes, and I have this written down somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yes, okay. Hi. How are you doing?
Oh, been doing as great as I can. Funny fact, I've been coming this way as an escort, bit of a supply run back and forth between here and Grimglair. The folk here felt a man of the hammer would be, and the craft would be a good option to take along. Looks like you're rolling on from here. Do you have any destination in mind?
Guys, do we have a destination in mind right now?
Not in particular.
I would personally like to
really.
go to Grimglair, but if nobody has any better ideas.
I'm fine with that.
I have nowhere to be at the moment.
Yes,
Well-
I want to go to Grimglair to talk to the monoliths.
Well, ain't that bonny then? I can take you back with me. Just give me an hour to get sorting the folks of the merchants, and I can get you set with a spot on the wagon, free of charge.
Free of charge sounds nice. Do we actually have to do something?
Well, upon a part of it, since they're merchants going back, you are in essence as an escort. That's why it's free of charge.
Okay, listen, we've been over this many times. I will help you, but I can't do everything for free.
Aye, that I know, but I'm giving you an excuse to go back to Grimglair.
Okay. What do you guys say?
I have no objection to going to Grimglair. I've never been before. I never had reason to. It could be interesting.
Doesn't interfere with my plans, and I'm in a traveling mood, so why not? Maybe
I like
some
the idea.
fun
It sounds
camping
like
during
fun.
the-
All of you could probably meet a lot of interesting people in Grimglair. I think you'd like it.
Alright, well, you got an hour to sort yourselves. Either you'll be taking a sit on the wagon, or you can get yourself your own horses if you need me.
One of us has a horse. Are we gonna get horses?
It
Are you wanting
mi-
to get
might-
horses?
Might need to be a pony for you. Horse might.
I'm gonna
be a
take that
little-
as an insult.
Little tall.
I am now getting the biggest horse because of you.
Oh boy.
Lol.
Frici.
Frici, is Belanor getting a horse, or is he gonna take the cart?
No, I'm fine in the carriage.
I'll get a carriage, take the word for carriage then instead. Sort of, I don't need a horse.
Do I want a horse? My animal handling is actually kind of okay.
Well, I mean, you have to take the biggest horse now, so...
Yeah.
Do I believe I actually have something that makes me very good at riding things, but I can't remember where it was.
You have land vehicles.
land.
That's
Yeah.
that's just that's
That's-
cart stuff.
Oh, that's cart stuff?
Yes.
I'll just sit in the cart. I'll settle this with Pelaios another time. Probably send one of my sisters after him.
Yay!
Possibly.
Okay. Are we all ready to go then? Do we need anything? Actually, that's a good question. How much rations do I have left? Would we have used any rations in the past few days since we've been here?
We've never...
You likely been foraging as you need, and you've been buying food and drinks and stuff. So you haven't been
never
out
spent
in
a
the
night away
wilds,
from
really.
The city. We've not spent
Okay,
a night
then-
away from the city, so... I believe. I don't think we have, anyway.
Not really.
No, we haven't.
I just want to make sure that my water skin is filled with fresh water,
Yeah, easy.
and that's it.
Yep, that seems reasonable. How many things? I have 2 potions of healing, that's fine.
Actually, do I have the cook's utensils. I actually want to buy some cooking supplies. Before we go.
Oh boy.
Oh, before we go, yeah, I have something to do that I forgot to do in the morning as well. I need to head to the... What's his face? And make sure I rig my little fox figure.
Oh, yeah. I will pass you the
I
blasting
nearly
powder.
forgot.
Shall I pass you the blasting powder then? Would you like the blasting powder?
That would probably be useful, yes.
Cool. I'm no longer carrying 4d6
Actually-
worth of blasting powder.
I want to ask my insane priest friend, do the carts have any food so I can cook on the trip?
Generally, what we do is I guess there's not enough for the extra. You'd have to scavenge around a little bit whenever we stop for the evening, so you might be able to find something out in the wilds unless you got something really specific you want to make.
Just little things like soup.
Soup.
I mean, some of my specialties, maybe like some coffee.
Let me see. So you're looking specifically for bits and bobs of that. I
You
mean,
know
this.
my coffee, right?
Yes, it tastes like dirt. It's good.
Yes.
Well, I'm sure you can find yourself what you need for it.
I'll go buy some stuff, Rocky, what I need.
Mhm.
So I need some stuff for coffee so I can make Lisana some coffee on the way.
Mhm.
And I need some stuff, some herbs and stuff for soup, maybe. And some vegetables.
All right. Probably enough to
Uh,
last for however long it's going to be for the journey. I'll probably settle
can-
that as.
Does, oh god, Frici, what's your character's name again?
I don't know.
Belanor. Does your character eat meat?
Yes?
It's a serious question.
Yes, he does.
So long as it's not
Okay.
metal meat.
Okay, and I also then want to buy some dried meats for in the soup. Just in case we don't find anything.
We can probably say maybe about just to be able to make a few meals from scratch with a bit of versatility, good spices and all that. We'll say something relatively quality. We'll say about 15 gold.
Okay, shall I just put it in my other possessions as cooking supplies?
Yes.
If we don't find any meat on the way, then the ranger needs to go back to school. Just saying.
There's also that. Does anyone have a specific skill that would help them, that would help us keep working with the Voxseeker and would need to be with me while I get the thing rigged? As in to replicate the whole thing if we need it again.
Oh, as in,
Or would that be a
you,
one-use thing?
it's technically going to be a one-use thing because you're going to make it go boom.
You're attaching two sacks of blasting powder to it. Yeah, it's exploding when it gets used.
I mean, I figured since we repaired it, it would have another use, but fair. Okay. Then I need to go get it rigged with explosives.
Well, it'll have a spot to do that, but I'm sure that, yeah, with the little bit of time that it would take, yeah, they would be able to find, a nice, easy little clockwork mechanism, given time, it would be able to be linked. It's a simple little thing. It'll probably cost you about 2 gold, just in components.
Gold is fine.
In fairness, we had it repaired by an expert, so
Yeah.
it's not like we repaired it ourselves.
No, they happen to do
that's
very
true.
well with their tinkery stuff, and it's their design on top of that, so. Or at least a mock imitation.
I have the cook's utensils. I guess I have brewer's supplies too. Do I have...
Why does it
Do
not
I-
surprise me that you would have brewers?
Oh, this is proficiencies. Do I actually have cooking utensils? That's a good question. Equipment.
Good question.
Yes, I do. Do I have brewer's supplies just in case? I want to buy some brewer's supplies, please.
20 gold for brewer's supplies.
Do I need to make a change in the item now that it's...
No, you just have to remember that you have the ability to make it go boom
Okay.
instead.
Now you just have to remember that the pyromaniac is the one carrying something rigged with blasting powder.
How does making a drink with brewer's supplies work?
Oh boy, that is something we will have to discuss at length at a different point in time because it's a different technical process.
Okay, I have them already anyway.
Yes, of course. We can probably sort of in a downtime or at the end of session point, I can discuss sort of what is going to be done with the crafting mechanics.
Yeah.
Everybody got their ducks in a row?
Probably not, but I think so.
Yes. I have
It's like
I have
so.
everything. The cooking utensils that includes like knives and stuff, right?
That's generally a utensil.
Yeah, I'm just making sure. Yeah, okay. Then I'm ready to go.
Any last moment bits from Lisana?
Nope, all set.
Just gotta get your horse.
Yep, pretty much. I already picked up the extra potion. That was all that I really needed.
Easy peasy breezy. Alright, well, after about that hour, Mikol would come back and say, well, looks like you've got yourself sorted. You've got a horse. You don't have a horse. You don't have a horse. You don't have a horse. Wagon. And I'll be on the wagon too, so it's gonna be a grand old party back there. And you could tell me what you've been up to. Because it's been a while since I last set eyes on your little mountain.
Why do you keep calling me Little Mountain?
Because you're not a pebble?
I'm just not gonna question it.
It's a, I guess you could say it's a little poke and pride at you wanting to be a monolith, which is, a standing stone, solid thing. So calling you a little mountain, i.e., that's just a poke at you being short, and the mountain portion at you wanting to be a monolith, it's like the aspiration kind of deal.
Oh.
Term of endearment.
It's dwarves being dwarves.
It's dwarves being dwarves.
Well, I mean, this is my new party. And, we've defeated some people. And I'm apparently very bad at hitting kneecaps.
Well, that's why you got to hit the toes instead. It's just, you can
it's
bring down a
amazing.
lot more force when you bring it down. Let gravity do part of the work.
Stop it.
Either that or you hit center at mass.
That's about it, honestly.
Really now.
And now, for the longest time, I've known how I want my paladin journey to go. And for the longest time, I want it to be a certain way. But now I've met these people, I have decided that I will be going more for a protective type of paladin, so I need to go talk to the monoliths to get some training. So I will be better at making sure that these fine folk don't get hit by things, and I do.
So you're definitely going into that defense way. It's a shame, though, but we've all got our own provinces there. I mean, if any of your party has any questions for me... Oh, there they are. They're starting to move. Here's the cart moving. All right. But yes, if any of your party have any questions for me about what may lay ahead, feel free to ask. I'll give what information I can.
Mr. Mikkel, I have not been to Grimgalair before. I have encountered dwarves. Of course, I've been to Port Zun in the Midnardry coast. Are you dwarves in Grimgalair? Are you taller than average, or is our friend just extremely short? I've never really been clear.
Well, let's just say that Moradin makes us all in various shapes and sizes. He just happened to put a more compact model for our friend here.
I understand. How long will it take us to get there?
Oh, that's a very good question, lad. Give me just a moment to have a look at the map here. As we bring up the map here.
So good, this map.
It's a big map.
As we wait for it to load.
Please hold.
Yeah, we're waiting for it to load.
Right. No, we don't want to go there. We want to go.
It's very pixelated for me right now.
Give it a moment. It takes a while.
Yeah. It gets
It's
a little
still
pixelated.
Just a little while.
pixelated for me.
Is it pixelated for everyone still?
It's very
You gotta zoom out and then zoom in. So like it does its eventual thing. So just give it a moment.
Yeah.
So
that's
zoom out if you
the
need
thing.
to, and then zoom back in. It should be fine. I'm just trying to find where we're looking at
I'm
here.
going to grab a
Oh.
big picture for the stream because that's just way easier to deal with. It won't show you your arrows or anything, but we can actually see where we are at least. There we are.
It'll take a pinch of time, given that Grimgalier is about 180 miles out. About a little over a week, 9 days. Just you, me, and your party. 9 whole days.
Good to know. Thank you.
Are we going through the thicket? Or
You
we
are going
around
through
it?
the Crisp Vale thicket.
Do I know anything about that place?
That is a good question.
Like, did I go through it on the way here, or did I go?
Oh yes, you
around it?
did. You did. It's just a.
Yeah.
As long as you stick to the road, it's pretty peaceful to pass through.
Okay. Do I know anything about like the animals that are inside?
Not really. You didn't sort of push into that yourself. Remember, you've mostly been sort of mountainous area. Forest, not quite
Yeah.
your deal.
Okay.
So, any questions from you? The blue one, the tall one, and the
I just
sort of
asked
blue
2
one?
questions, just saying.
Oh, I must have skipped them in my head. What were the questions?
I asked if Dave's really that short. Or if he
I answered that.
And I asked how long it would take us to get to the place.
And I answered that.
Yes, you did.
Is there anything we should be prepared for on this journey?
Let's see. Given that we are going back with some merchant goods, there might be the threat of bounties going through the Crispell thicket, as they like to snag a few things and keep themselves in those woods when they're not other beasties going through. But, just gotta keep your eye out for general banditry things, you know, just the usual nasty folks.
Considering these nasty folks that could appear, and this is a merchant wagon, is there anything extremely flammable around here?
Well, since I happen to know about stuff like that, generally wood is pretty flammable. You don't want any of the, well, mostly we're taking back finished goods at this moment, and some other, you know, small niceties. Just try not to catch the wood on fire, and do not throw anything fiery through a dust cloud, as that may explode.
Yeah, explosives, what I meant mostly. Thank you.
And now it's going to turn out that we're going to have a TPK at the hands of Frici when he blows us all up.
Because of a big old dusty ball of flour.
Yep.
Whoosh. But soon enough, you would be on the road.
I want to do a prayer of safety for travel.
Go right on ahead.
I'm just telling you that I'm doing it.
Any other things discussed on the road, as it's just a slow little bit of travel on this bit of a cart. It's going to be about, 20 miles a day, but, that's pretty all right.
Did they hear me and Mikhail talking? Like the party? Or was that just me and him?
Well, you would have all been in the same wagon and within earshot of one another.
Okay.
So intents are clear, at least. It's actually a pretty good day for travel, all things said. And you're able to...
I want to be looking around like crazy, by the way.
Of course, looking out like crazy. You can give me some perception checks if you...
I'm not good at the looking around thing, but I want to be looking around.
Just having a general look around, yeah, I see. Well, it's relatively clear. It's a good, sunny kind of day. Not really too much going on through you. It'll be about the 3rd day as you start getting into the thicket itself.
When we actually enter the thicket, I start paying more attention. I've just sort of been sitting there letting the road go by, because whatever. it's big open road. When we start getting into the thicket, I will start paying more active attention to what's going on, instead of just relying on whatever passive whateverness I happen to notice.
Of course, of course.
Do we actually take like a break in the thicket, or?
This would be getting close to about the point where you're going to stop in the thicket because, you know, horses need to rest. This is about getting close to the
Okay.
evening.
Who? I'm gonna ask the party. Who is good at hunting? Little animals.
I've never really tried.
Lisana?
Lisana has left the building.
I'm checking. I'm checking to see if that's something she's good at. I think so, but
I mean, she's a ranger.
Yeah.
She'll be fairly-
She's a ranger by default.
I believe it's, what is it? It's a combination of stealth and nature, Rocky?
For what? It's generally
To
sort of
hunt.
survival-ish.
okay, then yes, she is good at hunting.
So
should be fairly good at hunting as well.
can whoever is good at hunting get me some pieces of meat for the soup? Preferably rabbit, if that's around.
I'll give it a shot.
Fun fact, yeah. So let's see. Given that Lisana is in their favored terrain, a forest, and going to forage, you get to double your proficiency bonus to forage.
That's a win.
Because natural explorer.
Would I be able to help with that in order to find something more, something bigger?
You can you can assist Lisana, which would give them advantage.
Mm-hmm. Then that is the plan. In the hopes
That
of
is the
finding
plan,
something
then.
more, something like deer.
Alright, well then, if we're doing some foraging, Lisana, do give me a survival check. At advantage.
And it's +4 now, so would it be +8? Is that correct?
It's +2 to
No.
that.
Yeah, +2 because 2 for proficiency, 2 for wisdom, that's the 4, so double proficiency would be
Another
2
2.
more, so
Yeah.
an 18.
Yeah.
18, let's see, to find something in here, you would actually be able to find, given that it is summer, a pretty healthy stag in order to take that down and forage it quite well. But as you're sort of having a look around, I need Pelaios, Belanor, and Vakhuil to give me some perception checks.
Well,
Lisana doesn't need to make to it because Lisana will hear it no matter what.
That's 14. That's 13.
Oh boy, I need to find my documents here because I can't
That's
remember what it is.
That's a
natural
25.
20. For a 25. That's a win.
Oh boy.
Frici can see straight through the trees.
Which is not surprising because it's a druid.
A druid of the forest as
Uh-oh.
well. There's a circle of the land druid with a specialty in forestry who just rolled a natural 20 on his perception check. That's about as... Yep.
Yeah,
That's about a perfect storm of things possible. The only thing you could do better is if you were multi-classing that plus forest specialty ranger right now.
Oh yes, quite.
That's about the only way this could get any better.
Just
Oh, wait,
double-checking something.
I have an emote for this, don't I? I do. Rocky, is there any other fighting people in this caravan, or are we the only people?
Just y'all.
Okay.
And your friend.
I'm not sure if he's very helpful.
So who here speaks Sylvan? Because you hear sort of a whispering among the woods, among the leaves, among the breeze.
I sure don't.
That
I
would be me.
do.
There's always one.
Frici doesn't know Sylvan?
Yeah, I know. I do. That's what
Okay.
I said. That would definitely
Okay,
be me as well.
yes. So, let me just double check the rolls. Oh yeah, definitely able to get all of those.
Let me just check for rolls.
Definitely.
Never mind.
Double checking rolls. But in Sylvan, you hear a voice, soft, weak, but it is saying, please, please, if you can hear me, this way.
Did we establish
I'm
I'm the
going
only one that can
to-
hear it? Okay, no.
I'm going to look around and see if I can figure out where the voice is coming from.
It's coming a little further to the northeast, but it's deeper in the trees, not along the road.
Make note here. Me and Pelaios have no idea what the fuck is going on at this point.
Yeah, you just
Yes,
hear,
indeed.
it's
So-
like the trees are talking.
Did we hear the voice? We just didn't understand.
You
it,
heard the
obviously.
voice, yeah, you just did not understand it.
Am I going
So-
crazy, or did someone else hear something too?
Yep, someone is calling for help.
I'm going to take this time to have my hand crossbow ready.
Wait, someone's asking for help? What do you mean someone's asking for help? We're in the middle of a forest.
Someone
I
was
can hear
definitely
them.
asking for help.
I didn't hear that. I heard something.
Would I be able to tell the direction of the voice? As Lisana asked, considering the high perception
I
of-
did say the direction of the voice.
Yeah.
No, I mean something more concrete than just the vastness of northeast.
Well, northeast off the road. That would be the direction.
So definitely very close. That's what I'm getting at.
Yes, definitely somewhat close.
Well, are we gonna go there?
I
Sh-
mean,
should
getting
we
ready is an
be-
idea, but I do suggest we actually take a look.
Should we be leaving the wagon?
Mikael, do you
what
mind
if
if we
it's a
go and
distraction?
investigate something? Rocky?
Well, no, if you need to investigate something just to ensure the safety of the cart, that's your prerogative. I'll stay here to guard the goods, if you need to feel like you need to do that yourself.
Okay, perfect. We have to go
okay
ahead.
then. Cool. Let's go.
I take my warhammer out and I step in front of the party and walk in a direction that Belanor and Lisana told me to go to. And I look around while I go that way.
I will
It's quiet.
follow, and I will cast Mage Armor as I go.
Alrighty. It's very quiet, and that sort of whispering continues, that sort of same plea, growing a little louder each time until you come to just a point where things are looking ill. And at the center of sort of a small little clearing, maybe only enough for about 4 or 5 to stand, is what looks to be a dying elm tree. Its bark sickly, as it seems to be just pale. Can I have perception checks from everyone?
Do it again, Frici.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Well, I'm the only one that didn't roll a 19.
Yeah. So everyone but the dwarf happens to see this slight movement and sway in some of the hanging leaves, but apparently they're not hanging from branches, as stepping from behind is what looks to be sickly, pale, thin, malnourished. A feminine figure with skin made of wood. Eyes a little sunken. The bark of her skin cracked and peeling. Speaking out and just, "You heard me."
What happened here?
My tree is dying. Savelli is dying. Something in this wood is turning its water into poison. Please, if it dies, if this tree dies, I'll lose everything.
I want to get as close as possible to the tree and do a divine sense.
You do not detect anything evil within the area, nor is it unhallowed or desecrated.
Okay, I also want to investigate like poisonous stuff and disease.
You can give me a nature check since you are looking at a tree.
Jesus Christ, what is it with my rolls?
I was gonna say you maybe wanted me to do that. But go on ahead now.
You're not quite too familiar when it comes to natural things with branches, limbs, leaves, especially out in the forest. You're usually more a natural cave kind of person.
Would I know whether my holy magic would be able to do anything here?
Given that this is something definitely very different, it probably would not work on... Your magic generally works on creatures.
Okay. Then I'm gonna look around and say, Belanor, I think I need your help here. Because this is not something I can deal with.
Indeed. What would I be able to see though?
What would you be able to see? You can roll me a nature check. With a 22, you do recognize that what is occurring here is something from what it is taking in. Probably what the creature had said is that the water that the tree is taking in has somehow turned to poison, and taking up that poison has started to kill that tree.
Is she a creature of some kind?
She is, but Belanor would note that because this is a dryad tied to a tree, it is the health of the tree that is tied to the dryad.
Okay.
Would I be able to... Mend is not the right word, but help the tree in a way to give her some breathing room while we try to find out how it got poisoned. Kill the tree, essentially.
Let me see.
Meanwhile, I'm going to we'll move up beside Lisana and just sort of quietly-ish whisper, what is this creature? I don't recognize that.
She's a dryad. If this tree dies, she dies.
Okay. Thank you. I think that makes sense.
Given what you have in your arsenal, Frici, you feel that there might not be something that you can do to help delay that poison. Probably the best it is to try to find the source of what this poison is. As soon as that clears, then it'll probably clear whatever is going to occur with this tree. Yes.
Does what is happening to this tree look like anything that I know about the Chevalier Wood?
Nay.
Okay.
I think we should investigate where its water source is and see what's going on.
That is indeed fair. Investigating the water itself should give us better insight as to why this tree is getting poisoned.
Quite so. You can give me a survival or a nature check to find where the water might possibly be coming from.
Oh.
Wow. You guys are good rollers. Clearly.
Lol.
That would be
Getting all my luck out for the week in this one game.
That's definitely a 19 for Vixie because still in that forest for that forest bonus.
Forest bonus.
Yay.
But yeah, it would definitely be easy to see where what's going on for this particular moment. It looks to be that it's going to be further north is where whatever water source is slipping into the natural area. It may be a short distance from what you feel, given how deep waters happen to run.
Let's go. I'd say.
Okay, this is a pretty tricky situation. Not gonna lie, but I also care more for the Dryad than I care for the people in the cart. So I'd rather investigate this.
Mikkel told us he's taking care of stuff there while we go investigate.
Mm-hmm.
That works with me then.
Cool.
I'm just going wherever Belanor and Lisana are telling me to go.
I am very carefully
at the front, by the way.
All right.
I am very carefully, and for want of a better way of putting it, not actually wild-eyed, but with a sort of slightly wild-eyed feel, sort of looking very carefully at everything around me. My character is not comfortable in the forest, let's put it that way. So he's looking quite carefully in every direction around him.
Of course.
In a nervous disposition.
Well, it'll take about an hour as you follow your way through. And can everyone give me a perception check?
11 for Vixie, technically, I suppose.
Okay.
Well,
You had to say something.
and
there you go.
There it goes.
Second 20 of the night.
Same character, same role. Belanor is once again looking straight through the trees.
Belanor, you're actually able to smell what is coming forward before anyone else would get... pardon. Belanor, you are able to smell sort of this faint odor of rot and decay
How long? Can I ask you how long does divine sense last? Because it doesn't actually say that.
Let's see. I think it's only just for like a single ping kind of burst area.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Lisana would see at the barest edge some chains in the trees coming up.
Chains.
Change, as
Oh.
in a change in color.
Okay, that's less concerning.
Eventually coming to a clearing with nice, big, rich, smelly green puddles of water.
Green puddles of water.
This
Do-
does not look good.
I
By
really
just
like
looking-
that Mage Armor lasts for 8 hours right now.
Oh, yes.
By just looking around, do I get an idea that something undead might be going here?
You can give me a religion check.
No.
You're not
It's
quite
like-
sure able to discern what is going on
So-
here. This is out of your league.
Both dice rolls are balanced in and of themselves, but also our overall dice rolling trends. We've had 2 20s, so now we've had 2 1s to make up for it. See? Balance. That's what nature's all about.
Indeed.
Quite. But yes, as you see, the ground is wilting. The trees here are losing their color and becoming sickly gray. And then there are these big green puddles of... Looks like groundwater has seeped up into small recesses, but it's thick and oozy.
Water doesn't look like that normally.
I'm gonna get close and just look if I can see anything in the water.
I have now got my crossbow pretty much ready to fire if I see anything, which makes me jump, which is pretty much anything right now.
I agree.
I don't want to
My
touch the
bow as
water. I just
well.
want to know if I can see something in the water.
You can give me
I
a
wouldn't step
perception
too
check.
close to that.
A what check?
Perception.
I can roll a dexterity, see if he falls in.
It's murky, and it seems to be that it connects down deeper, but you're not able to tell about how deep. It's possible that all these pools link up somewhere, or to one another in some fashion, and then probably delve deeper down.
Is there a small rock or something I can pick up and toss into the water?
Someone just DC'd.
That was Frici just going for a check, just because I sound a little weird, maybe.
Yeah, you weren't breaking up for me when he said you were, so...
Might just be me for all I know.
No, you
I
sound
think
fine.
everything's been fine.
No, it does sound fine.
Okay. But yeah,
Just
there's,
Discord friends.
there are little stones and stuff that are around that you could test it into.
I'm gonna toss a stone into the
Fine.
yeah, I'm moving a little bit closer so that I don't accidentally toss it and hit Vakhuil with any of the splashback.
Just like
It
within
doesn't. It doesn't matter. I'm immune to disease. So even if this
Yeah.
is diseasey stuff, I'm immune to it.
You're
well,
assuming it's
disease,
stuff.
yes. Yes,
Yeah.
big assumption of disease stuff.
It could be
It-
acid
it-
or something.
It could be poison or acid. You're completely
Could be
right.
poison or acid.
I am resistant to poison though.
You're wearing
Alright.
like 9
No,
layers. You're wearing 9 layers of armor. Unless it's a Dex saving throw, you're probably resistant to pretty much anything.
Right, you do toss it in, and there is a thick plump. It's definitely water, but there's something that's mixed in with it that's tainting it.
Well, that was a yucky sound.
Yeah, something weird's definitely going on here.
Can I investigate this water?
Should you do it? Or should
How
I take it?
so?
Or maybe you should do it. Yeah, I'm not. I want to know whether it's either disease or poisonous, one of the two.
Mm.
I pass Lisana I pass the dwarf. I pass the midget dwarf a crossbow bolt. Try dipping that in.
Okay,
see,
I'll
see what happens.
I'll dip that in and like take it back out and see if it like sticks to it and stuff.
It is sticky. Yes.
Okay.
It's
can
not
I-
melting it, so it's not acid, from what you can
It's
tell.
not acid. Okay. Can I investigate it to see if it's poisonous or disease?
You can give me a nature check for that, unless you want someone else to take that.
Can I
to
assist
investigate.
with that?
I think I'll let Belanor do it. Or
Do you
Lisana, one
want
of the
me to
two.
take a look? Do you want me to
but-
take a
yes.
look at that?
Yes, please,
That would be
Belanor.
good. Okay, then that would be a nature check for me. We take this one.
She's assisting, so it's also
An advantage.
a advantage. So you can roll again.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to roll again?
Yeah, a normal roll. I mean, if it's higher, it's higher, right?
I mean, that's a 1 in 10 chance.
Yeah, but if it's lower,
It still doesn't matter. It's advantage.
Yeah, you gotta do it just in case.
And
Never
another natural
know.
20.
No, the 22 is higher.
Yeah.
What you can tell, Belanor, is that this is poison. But it's not a naturally occurring poison. Something is making this poison, and it seems to be an extension of something else. Lisana, can you give me a nature check at advantage as well? Something is familiar about the consistency to you. Alright, adding the 2 extra because of this particular terrain.
Because forest.
You've actually read something like this before in your own research, Lisana. This consistency belongs to a weird.
I'm going to mention this to the rest of the party and have people step back a little bit.
What's weird?
Rocky?
A weird. A weird happens to be a elemental guardian bound to a specific location.
Oh, good.
This might be a water weird of some form,
This is going to
But-
be complicated.
but this is a variation of some form. This might be a poison weird.
Is there any way to get it out of the water?
It keeps to its water, but if you are able to slay it and then find its binding point, it usually is within a vessel of some form.
Yeah, but there's no way we're going into the water.
Well, that is something you may have to figure out.
Hold on. I
I'm just gonna try something to see if I can piss this thing off. I'm gonna put a little bit of antitoxin, like a little drop of antitoxin in the water.
When you do drop the antitoxin into the water, that little droplet, it does seem to disperse the poison that is clinging to the water before it does slip itself back forward.
Side question.
Yes.
Yes.
If I take that crossbow bolt back, do I get a poisoned crossbow bolt?
Yes.
I take my crossbow bolt. I take my crossbow bolt back carefully, making sure not to actually get anything on me.
Yeah, it makes sense to touch that.
Yeah, and store it separately from the others for special occasions. And then Pelaios will kneel on the floor, or kneel down, put his hands on the floor, and will cast Thaumaturgy. Specific effect, you cause harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute.
Making it bubble and warble.
See if I can attract some vague attention. But this is probably a very bad idea.
Can I have perception checks from everybody?
I'll go with the 12. I still had advantage clicked.
I mean, 12 still works out to 14, so...
Yeah. Well,
Does the dwarf see something for once?
Yeah.
You would have done,
It
but you're
is-
so short and it's too far away.
it is the dwarf and the human who do see something. Rising up out of the water, disturbed by the tremors in the water itself, feeling it further than it did, bursts out the poison weird. Let me just copy that image for y'all. And of course paste it in chat. It has that shape, but imagine it more green.
That makes sense.
That shape, but with bonus greenness.
And for the rest of everyone else to view as they would wish. But yes, it's a poison weird. You've angered it. And because it was not expected by Pelaios or Belanor, you two will be surprised. But before we move into combat, we're about breakpoint.
Or breaking
Yeah,
point, it
yeah.
could be either, really.
Either or. So before we get into combat, let's grab our waters, grab our snacks, move waters as needed.
And then we move poisons as needed.
Yes.
Indeed. Oh no, there's that turn order button. Dum. It's okay, Dave, it'll be fine. I'll take it.
You say that, but you roll high, but you're surprised.
Yeah, there is that. Who else was surprised? Was it me and
And me.
better than not? Okay.
I am surprised because ink is not flammable.
Oh, did Lisana and I roll the same? How do you
White.
Yes.
in the how do you break those ties? Do you just do it as? I mean, in this case, it doesn't matter because I'm
It
surprised
is
first round,
you
but...
choose whoever the heck you want.
Okay, cool.
Well, officially the rules say whoever has the higher dexterity.
I don't know how much we care about rules. I mean,
Where in the
just-
rules is that? That's usually
I've read about it somewhere online that usually people say higher dexterity.
that's usually the quickest way, but I think it's like you choose whoever actually.
Well, one of us
You can
wasn't.
break ties with dex.
In this particular
Now
case,
the-
one of us wasn't surprised, so I think that's a fairly good decider in this case.
Now the question is, because this is one of those unique circumstances, is this maybe a time to introduce combo moves?
Well, if Pelaios wasn't surprised this turn, that
Yes,
might be
I
a
mean
case.
for next turn.
Well, yeah, there is something to discuss. Every once in a while, I do have a case where if there's this strange situation where you both roll the same initiative, I allow you to bounce possibilities off of one another for possible enhanced damage because you gotta have stuff look cool.
Yeah.
That seems fair. So, given that Dave and the enemy have the same initiative, does that mean they can, one of them can
No.
bounce their hammer off his shins? And then for its attack, it'll bounce it back into his face.
Actually, that's a good point. Who in our case, who starts first?
That is a good point, actually.
I'm guessing I have really low dexterity, but does the weird have lower dexterity?
It has a +3.
Yeah, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, okay, I'll shut up now.
The ties are broken at least between, enemies and players, but between players, it's your choice.
I mean, you
So
can
maybe
stop
if-
and have a conversation with it if you wanted, see which of you wants to go first.
Oh,
I think it'll
well, I
probably
guess.
just try and chew your face off, but you could have a conversation.
Mhm.
Anyway, I digress.
Anyways, that is quite correct. But in future, say if you wanted to do a combo move, say Pelaios wanted to cast a spell, Lisana wanted to shoot a bow, what you could do is you say you will be declaring a combo, say Pelaios casting the spell onto the arrow, and therefore it will take the arrows to hit, and will deal the extra spell damage on top of that.
Oh, that
You know,
sounds fun.
crazy combo stuff like that.
That sounds fun.
Because it's a lot more fun and cinematic.
That's true. That's important.
Indeed. And
But
this is
currently
gonna
we
be
have
the
a
end of the party.
surprised Pelaios. And a Lisana do it first.
And this is going to be the end of the party because this thing is both farther than noon and has no toes. Yes.
Oh no! No toes!
We're screwed.
Oh no, no toes!
Well.
Mikkel, what have you done to me? I can only hit toes!
First thing I'm doing is casting Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay, bonus action. Hunter's Mark. Yeah, it doesn't want to do the spell card. Give me just half a tick here.
That's a free cast, isn't it?
Bonus action.
Bonus.
No, but I mean, it's not. It doesn't take any spell slots or anything. It's just.
No, Hunter's
free
Mark is
thing.
a
Mm-mm.
slot, I think, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, there is a spell card for it. Just give me a second here. I'll press the button.
Will you press a button? Yeah.
Oh,
seriously,
it does.
I did exactly the same.
Weird. It doesn't want to behave with it. Okay, that's weird.
I can go and grab the description and read it out to people so that people know what it does.
Pretty much, creature is marked. It does an extra d6 anytime it's hit, so extra possible damage. Boom.
And you have advantage on any wisdom or perception or survival checks made to find it.
Yes.
Which, given your description so far, I think may become relevant shortly.
Quite.
But
I'm
Pelaios
also
doesn't
gonna
realise
take a
that.
shot at it.
All right, take your shot. 24
Goddamn.
definitely hits.
Nice.
And
Ooh,
roll
for
a
the
d6.
future, yeah, roll a d6. There should be like a damage modifier just below your attacks. You can click on Hunter's Mark, and that will automatically get that extra d6 for you. So, 10 total damage.
Do you see it,
Yeah.
Vixie?
I think I found it. Global damage modifier.
Yep.
Yeah, just do the little check mark next to it.
Yep, just did.
Bing, bing. All right. Well, the arrow does sink in it, but it doesn't seem to pierce like it normally should. So maybe it's not quite as effective given what your bow currently is. You know that creatures like this generally don't take as much damage from non-magical attacks.
Oh,
I'm going to mention this to the party.
I have a question, not in character. This
Yes.
is more of a mechanical question for
Yeah.
a sort of mentioned joint attacks. If we did a joint attack thing where I made a spell magic itself onto the arrow, would the arrow itself then count as a magical attack mechanically? Yes. Okay, so that would do full damage then as opposed to half, which is I assume what it just
Yes.
did. Okay.
The bonuses of combos.
Yay!
Pelaios, you was
I am
surprised.
extremely confused by what's going on. I'm gonna just go, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, and end my turn because I
Oh,
did
bugger.
everything. Oh bugger!
And Belanor too was surprised, and it was oh bugger.
Very much so.
right about now, it's a shame that I'm going my RP route and I can't do champion challenge yet. Would be so nice if I could force it to stay near me.
Alright, so it's going to scoot a little bit further in the puddle. And because it kind of felt where the tremors were coming from, Pelaios, it's going to whip itself out to try to constrict you.
Oh, goody.
Oh, that sounds like a very bad way this can go.
Well, that's
Oh.
yep, this is gonna go badly. That definitely hits, assuming you even give a fuck about my armor class.
Oh.
Well, in that case, I'm going to do something which will not work, but I'm going to try it anyway. And as the Pelaios' body, whatever, basically collapses, you see all around him just whatever. Actually, what is the light like here? Is it dim? I'm guessing, given we're sort of surrounded by trees and in a deep forest.
A little bit dim, yeah.
Okay. You see the dim light around him just get even darker, and then he's going to roll a charisma saving throw, which is going to fail, but it's going to be 5 plus the damage taken, and then tragically fail, and he collapses on the ground anyway. Because...
Is he constricted right now?
He is currently grappled, yes.
Yay, I'm grappled and unconscious. This is great.
Quite.
Yeah! You know, we got through the entirety of the last fight without any of us taking any damage. This is how we make up for that. This is karma.
Welcome, Karma.
Plus side, that doesn't actually use up that action because it only gets consumed if it actually works. So if I get revived and etc.
Am I able to touch Pelaios at all?
Oh yeah, you are.
What status effect does constricted count as, by the way? Because that doesn't sound like is it
let's see.
restrained? Or...
You are currently grappled and restrained.
Oh,
and
double
it is
damage.
attempting to try to drown you.
Oh, great.
Oh, good. So what do I do? Do I...
It's pretty much, it's not like fully enveloped. You can touch a part of him that is currently not constricted. Or you can save that for somebody else, and you could try to do something else to deter it.
I'm gonna not
Am
deter
I
it.
able
I'm
to
gonna...
help?
My strength is relatively high. I'm gonna try and pull Pelaios out of the grapple.
Okay.
Grapple
Give me
features.
an athletics check to pull him out of the grapple.
please, for once. Oh, God.
It is going to be opposed athletics. You are able to pull it free from the constricting grip.
Oh,
Not that it
thank
matters, but I
God.
should have had disadvantage on that dexterity saving throw. Because I was restrained at the time. I'll throw that out. No, wait, it wasn't a dexterity, it was a charisma, my one, wasn't it? Never mind.
Yeah.
Ignore
Yeah,
me.
it was a
Yes, it was a
charisma.
charisma one.
I know, I'll just
Ignore
give
it.
myself more disadvantages by being wrong. Yeah.
I'm gonna immediately step in front of Pelaios,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna yell back in Dwarven because I'm kind of panicking at this point to Belanor. Belanor, please heal him fast. And then I end my turn there.
Lisana.
I'm actually going to take the chance to heal instead of attacking this time. That way she also has a chance to regain her sense of composure.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using a potion on him.
All right, 2d4 plus 2.
I'm somehow fine with this. 7.
5 hit points. Oh yeah, 7. You can
Fine.
always put the plus 2 at the end because it'll calculate that too for future.
I now have half my total HP because I have sweet fuck all when it comes to HP. Yay, I'm alive
Hey,
again.
you're back up. And because you are alive again before Lisana is done, you also get your turn too.
Yep.
Yay.
Any further
I assume
movement?
at this point I am prone, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Not that it makes too much difference, but yeah, well, it does. Ow. I'll use half my movement to stand up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I like this thing very much. I'm gonna cast. Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost. 22 hits.
Oh, good.
I'm guessing it won't enjoy that.
I'm really hoping not. That's a 5 cold damage.
5 cold damage as you freeze off a chunk of it. It just sort of solidifies and just goes
Yeah, I
onto the
sort
ground.
of just fling my. It's what Valen's I sort of just fling my hand in its general direction and fire a frigid beam of blue-white light straight at it while muttering in infernal, somewhat piss-offedly the spell. Because, ow.
Yes.
And
Any other movement?
I'm gonna just back up a little bit because in the vague optimistic hope that that's actually outside of its range, well, knowing full well it probably isn't. And do I have any bonus actions I can take that I actually want to take? I don't think I do. Ooh. No, I'm not sure how useful that would be right now. Maybe? No. I will end my turn here if I can find a button. Button and button. Here we are.
That works.
Belanor.
Aren't surprise rounds fun?
I will be not taking a move from this place for now, but will also be touching Pelaios and trying to cure his wounds.
Eight more healing.
I'm alive!
Back up to full.
Is the sidebar not updating again?
That's what I'm about to check. But it sounds like it. No, it shows me as on death saves, which is interesting because that is not a thing I'm doing right now. Huh.
Did you
interesting.
remember to restore HPs?
Yeah. 14.
Weird.
Because it can.
not much we can do about it right now.
Yeah. Fun fact, it's lying to you. You can see exactly how many HP I have on the screen, so it's not too much of a problem, but it's a little irritating.
And that would be the end of my turn.
Alright, then end your turn. Alright, time for the poison weird. Alright, it's actually going to meld itself back into the water, not causing an attack of opportunity.
Not causing one. Okay.
Correct.
Well, fuck you. Is that because technically the water is still within 5 feet, I assume? I'm making stuff up as I go along.
It's because of this particular bit of water here. But yeah, it's just melding itself back in until there's this weird slurping sound, and it pops back up.
Oh, good.
And once it does pop back up, there is a small globule of poison lobbed at you, Vakhuil. But you would probably be able to defend against a 14, huh?
You think?
Hell, even I can defend against a, even I can defend against poison. Against
Oh
an
yes,
attack like
definitely
that,
just
even.
rolling off the armor. Didn't get anywhere near your eyes or mouth. And that would be its turn.
Right about now is where I do a bonus action of this right here.
Of course.
Shield of
For
Faith.
AC.
Concentration up to 10 minutes. A shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range, granting it 2+2 bonus to AC for the duration.
I'm gonna get real close to him now, right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try a vac attack at its face because I don't know what its weak point is at this point. Can I even hit its face?
Oh yeah, you can reach. It's just, a big kind of swirling mass. It kind of bobs and moves about.
I'm more talking about, like, am I tall enough?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. If this hits, it will be a divine smite, by the way.
Well, you can do that exactly on the smite.
Yeah. No.
Natural 1 always misses, regardless of other modifiers. Plot twist as Dave divine smites himself in his toes.
Well, there is always inspiration if you haven't used it yet.
Have I used it? I think I've
used
used it.
inspiration yet. Have you?
Unless I got a
I've
new
used
one.
Mine, and no, me and Dave have both used ours. You two still have yours.
Unless we got a new one, I don't think I have it.
We have never been told that we had a new one.
Yeah. So no.
Well,
Oh boy, shame.
I think I'm about to lose my Warhammer, guys.
that would not be good.
No, it's just a big wide miss. As you swing, it just opens its mouth and goes like, blah, and it just misses right through the opening.
Okay.
I'm not cruel with fumbles.
Okay, you used to be.
Yes, because that was funnier.
There's too many noobs in this group to actually ruin the only person who can actually take damage right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for me.
Well, we have Lisana and Pelaios, who are both awake, both not surprised.
That's nice. I will, if Lisana is intending to shoot an arrow at the thing, cast Ray of Frost again on the thing, which, as per previous conversations, would be Ray of Frost damage plus arrow, non-magical damage, now made magical, and assuming Vixie hits and doesn't completely miss.
I'm fine with this.
That thing.
All right, so you're comboing Ray of Frost onto the arrow. So Lisana, fire the arrow.
Don't fuck it up.
16 will hit. Roll the damage.
It's plus 1d8 on that.
Well, you roll your
Oh, shall I just roll that?
your damage. Yes.
I'll just roll it because I can't be bothered to do the attack roll as well. 7. Oh, nice.
All right.
That's-
So 7, 12, 20 damage total with the combo. As you freeze off a big
Nice.
chunk of this monster.
Nice. So as Lisana's arrow leaves the bow, I sort of just Ray of Frost it down as it. I just hit it in midair basically, in a magically convenient way that doesn't actually push it off its target and coat it with frost and shit, and then it carries on its way.
Oh yes, you pretty much give it a little bit of a streaking aura of cold as it freezes on touch.
Yeah.
And I believe that's both of y'all turns.
At-
So
at-
the
at-
sun is
at this point, At this point, Vakhuil's just kind of looking around, like, what the fuck just happened?
combos in anime happen. That's what. Pelaios, you gotta end yours. Alright, Belanor.
Okay.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Oh, no.
It does indeed.
You should rename this campaign
Okay.
Born to be cliched.
No.
Too late for that.
You say that.
Considering where we are and how things stand, I think I'm gonna.
Dark, you
attempt to-
entirely missed it. Pungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I wanted not to say that. I was thinking of it, but decided against it. So, frostbite it is. I'm gonna try to freeze it a little more.
More freezing. Alright, DC 13 con save. Let's see.
Slightly.
It will save.
That's just
Well.
rude.
Quite.
That's weird. Without amending. If it allows me to.
Alright. Poison
Ah,
Weird's turn.
I hate it when you say that.
Right.
Hmm?
It will meld and move again.
God damn it. Can I even move that far?
No.
No.
You are so
And
close.
it will take a spit at Vakhuil again.
The fact that it's spitting at you.
More
just-
on the armor.
The fact that it's spitting at you just sort of seems like you should be It should be rolling for intimidation at the same time. Because it's just spitting at you.
I mean, fair.
Vakhuil.
Can you divine smite a javelin? You can, right?
As long as you hit with a weapon attack.
Yeah. I don't want to get too far away from the party. That's my thing. It's 30 feet without disadvantage.
Oh, sorry, it is a melee weapon attack for Divine Smite. Mea culpa.
Of course it is. Okay, I need to think for a second.
Is that a second for normal people or a second for dwarf? Because the second
It's
for-
it's
for
it's
dwarf
a
is
it's a
lot
rock based second. It's a very rock based second, so it's a long second.
Pelaios didn't get poisoned, right? I'm just making sure.
Did
no.
not get poisoned. No.
Okay. Frici just disappeared.
again. Probably Discord hiccup, who knows. Willkommen back.
I'm actually gonna stand here, and I don't know if this thing understands me or whatsoever. I'm just gonna shout at it in common, saying, "Are you really that scared of me, or are you willing to fight me head on?"
You can throw an intimidation check.
I assume it's not technically using any movement distance when it's jumping between puddles. Because
Technically it is.
my Ray of Frost reduces that by 10 feet each turn for the rest of its turn. I don't imagine it's affecting much, but...
Yeah, no, it's got a 60-foot speed.
I didn't think it was somehow, but, I thought I'd just throw it out there.
It's been noted, yes.
Yeah, I'm guessing that did nothing. So,
It doesn't seem to heed any of your words.
I'm just gonna stand here. Just gonna wait and see what happens.
It is Lisana and Pelaios again.
What is the range on my 60 foot? I am reasonably certain I'm within 60 foot. Oh, just barely. Can Lisana shoot without the whole disadvantage mess because of range of her? I don't know which bow she's using, what the stats of it are.
Longbow's got a bit of a range.
Yeah, I've got 120 feet, dude.
In other words, yes.
Shoot it again. I don't know. Same thing. It's working. Unless you miss. It's
Are you going to
working.
do Ray of Frost again, or are you going to do something more powerful?
Well, I don't think that Firebolt will do much because it's basically a liquid form, a form of liquid acid.
Hi. I lost connection completely. I'm entirely offline.
Please no, please no.
Oh boy.
That was loud. Yeah, blame Frici. He will return. I don't know.
So,
But until then,
Frici has no connection whatsoever. Okay.
yeah,
Oof.
to be something. While Frici does that, I'm going to think this through. So, given that Pelaios is basically seeing a blob of poisonous water, he doesn't think his firebolt is going to actually do anything to it. Because it's water.
Electricity might.
Fire. See, this is what I'm now wondering. Oh, that's a...
There is also other possible spells.
Yes, there is. I'm just wondering what's actually...
You can always use poison spray on the poison.
range. I don't have poison spray.
That doesn't seem like a good idea anyway.
Yeah. So, in which it turns out Pelaios is healing the bad guy. At least it might stop trying to kill me then. That's not gonna
Doubtful
help.
you made it angry.
A little bit, probably, yeah. Actually, how far can... I don't know if I want to move in that direction. I will cast Chaos Bolt.
Chaos Bolt combo or just Chaos Bolt on your own?
Oh, that's a good point. I can do that. Chaos Bolt combo, that'd be fun. Chaos Bolt combo, yeah. I've no idea how I'm gonna describe that one, but yeah, Chaos Bolt combo. Let's go for it.
Gonna shoot another arrow, Lisana?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, let's see if the arrow will hit.
Ooh.
Nope.
A 10
I use the
will...
spell slot anyway.
You would use the spell slot anyways. It does go wide.
Rip. As it goes
Ruining-
wide,
unless,
there's this roiling
I
mass
was about to
of-
say, unless there's a, using of inspiration for it. To possibly reroll, but that's up to Lisana.
Indeed.
Yeah.
It's a reroll! 18 will hit this time. Let's get that damage. That is, wow, 14 base, and let's get that Chaos Bolt extra.
So it's roll 2d8. Is it all one thing, or do I have to put a space in for the plus 1d6? Well, let's find out. No, it's a space. Plus 5 and 3, which is... Hold on, where is it? 5 and... That'll be lightning damage. For 10 plus more. 19, 24 damage. 24 damage, 10 of which is lightning damage. That worked quite well. I feel that worked fairly well. Good use of inspiration right there. So as Lisana fires her arrow, I sort of mutter random infernal words and shoot what appears to be a roiling mass of just random energy. Hi, Frici.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Don't worry, you haven't missed your turn yet. We're just busy being badasses. So I sort of mutter and fling my hands towards the arrow as it passes, and it is surrounded by a roiling mass of just mess, basically, which coalesces and basically turns it into a lightning bolt of an arrow straight into the thing's face, because, you know,
Boom.
Why not?
For 24 damage.
Nice. It being me, it's black lightning because reasons. But lightning all the same.
Baboosh.
And welcome back.
Before
Frici.
we continue on that, do we see whether it reacts to the lightning in any way?
It doesn't react greatly to it, but it doesn't seem more damaged by it than usual. It just seems to be a very good conductor, as you see just going.
Okay.
Oh, that's why I can't click on anything. It's because I'm not on the select item thing. I'm on the draw a ruler thing.
So, can you do a quick recap of what happened this turn as I was battling
Dave
the
did-
beast that is made in it?
Lol. Dave yelled at it angrily. Lisana shot an arrow and missed, and then didn't miss because she was inspired by the vague idea of not missing. And I turned her arrow into a chaotic roiling mess of lightning bolt as it went past, and we did like 90 damage to it.
24. New high record for combos.
Yeah, that's fair. And then it was your turn. And here we are.
I see.
And the lightning did no visible magical lightning and water do not mix very well type of thing. It just did lightning damage.
And at some point it's going to show up right here and go straight after Lisana.
Yeah, it seems reasonable.
Yeah, most likely.
When you say at some point, what you mean is in about 6 seconds time after Belanor's turn ends.
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty
fun
much.
fact, technically the entire round is 6 seckons. This is all
Yeah,
happening in
that's
6
fair.
seconds.
That's fair, that's fair. This
That's
is...
indeed fair.
Well, so far it's happened in 18, maybe 21 seconds at this point, but yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so that's where we are, so
Indeed.
it is now your turn.
Yes.
Oh, I need to find my character set. That did not open yet. Need to make it AW.
Frici would also like to apologise to the chat for having an audio setup.
Huh?
Frici would like to apologise to the chat for having an audio setup
Audio setup?
when you decided to deafen us all to death.
Oh, I have no idea why the phone was so loud.
It was very loud.
Weird. I
So
blame
fu-
Discord.
What are we doing,
Hey.
Belanor?
What can we do here? Let's see. How far is that? Can you even reach that?
It's about 60-65 feet.
60 feet exactly.
Oh, it is 60 feet exactly.
You can always move.
I can always move indeed.
Then it can go straight after you next time instead of straight after Lisana. It'll be great.
But the others are moving. I'll leave the movement to them. And feeling like throwing another attempt at freezing its last bits off. So, another attempt with the first bite.
Alright, let's see this con save.
Ooh.
12, that'll be a failure.
Finally some gold.
When?
Yes, but it is still barely holding itself together as it's sort of, its shape is very rough.
Why do I get the feeling it's not making weapon attack rolls either? So the special effect of Frostbite does not come into play. I might be wrong. I'd like to be wrong.
We'll see.
That is a point. But for now, that would also be the end of my turn.
It will sink into the poison.
Cool.
And
Yeah,
it was
they've pulled it.
quite irritated with those big, nasty arrows.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expected would happen.
But guess what? It rolls a disadvantage for this attack.
That's fair. Oh, it does count as a weapon attack.
It is pretty much just an attack action, yeah.
That works.
Mm-hmm. A 13, as it will miss and trying to keep itself formed, will miss trying to constrict Lisana.
That's just
Vakhuil!
expected.
Wow,
I'm
it's
gonna-
close now!
I'm gonna get in front again because no.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can we make it a thing where it's the usual thing where the last hit of the battle I actually hit it?
I don't know, but given that its form is sort of very wavering, given that its form is very wavering, the definition is very low on its features. It kind of looks like a giant toe right now.
Oh. Okay. Well, let's try it.
20
And-
will hit.
And Divine Smite. I'm just going for it.
All right, let's add all the bits.
In before someone fanfics this and Dave's character has a toe fetish.
Don't say that ever again. 14
I have
damage.
to agree with
Said
Rocky
for
here.
All right, you are able to land, and it's that radiant burst that seems to cause a ripple through this entire thing. And Vakhuil, I'll need you to give me a dexterity saving throw as this thing kind of explodes.
Explodes. Yeah, I saw that coming. Well, here goes my -1 dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, well, since you do have resistance to poison, you will only be taking half of this.
You take a mere 25 damage as opposed to the 50 you were going to.
6 poison damage.
And it's dead.
And funnily enough, I now have to make a Constitution saving throw. Doesn't really matter anymore, though.
I mean, we should observe the niceties.
Quite.
I want to investigate the area and see what else I can figure out about this.
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
Are you specifically trying to look for what you know it has?
Yes.
Okay, well then you can give me a nature check at advantage to try to figure where that might be. 13. Thankfully, it does appear that the largest pool is
that
the
would
Would
be
most
a
that be
15, by the way.
15?
No, it's a 50.
Oh yes,
it's a
15.
15.
I forget the +2 every time.
Forest magic.
But yes, it's probably the largest pool because that one was looking the most viscous of it all. The one in the center.
Oh,
Okay, I'm
Time to
also
look,
going
time-
to mention to them what I'm looking for.
okay. I'm gonna just look if I can see something in there.
Perception.
Is anyone gonna help me with that?
Yes.
I will. Yes, I can help you with that.
I am going to be.
Oh, wow.
Oh, go on. That's fine.
Well, Vakhuil, you do see something pretty deep in the water, but it looks to be some sort of small jar thing.
Can I use an arrow to reach in and pull it out?
Not quite, but you
Um,
do have something else in your arsenal that you feel could help reach it.
I have something which can reach it.
I can cast shape water, can't I?
You can. It's
Yeah.
still technically water.
Should I point out I also have Mage Hand? I'm just not over there at the moment, so you don't even have to, because I can just reach in and grab it. But I'm not over there, so I don't know that. I am
So-
sitting on the ground and basically clutching my side, whatever, where I was busy being grappled by tendrils of poison ew,
hmm
and just
It
generally
was-
going, ow.
Yeah, it kind of wrapped around your body, but it mostly sort of wrapped around your neck and face. So it's just like,
That's definitely
got
where
a nasty smell.
Yeah.
Should have worn a mask.
Yeah, fair.
So how are you going to try to get the jar up? Because you can change the flow of the water to make it float to the surface, or you could freeze a portion of the water and have it float to the surface.
I'm going to freeze it in like a bubble shape and pull it out of the water.
Okay, once you freeze around the jar, it does take a little bit for it to float up through the water, but eventually you got this sort of green bubble that you were able to eventually reach out and
I'm gonna say since I'm resistant to poison, I'm gonna pick it up.
okay. Well, it's
Good.
currently frozen, and you would have to break it open right quick to get whatever is in this frozen bubble out.
I mean, I'll break it with my damn hammer.
All right, we'll break it with your ding dong hammer.
Let's see if I can hit it.
Yeah, pretty easy to hit it.
Oh, well, let's roll damage. Let's see.
Easy enough to crack open the ice. Left is what looks to be a clay jar, mostly dark browns and blacks, but it has sort of green serpentine markings and raises. But it is open a little bit and is just seeping what looks to be a thick poison out of it.
So what do we do with this?
We need to
Lisana.
destroy it. It's what's causing this whole thing.
How do you destroy it?
I say we burn it.
Do we know how to destroy it?
You don't quite understand what it might be. You can give me an Arcana or Religion check on it.
I'll do a religion check.
That works.
That might make it. Just about.
Oh yes, quite.
Hmm.
You actually recognize some of these markings on it. This appears to be some form of jar of poisons, a tainted jar, devoted to the god Zahir.
And would I know how to destroy it?
Oh yeah, you definitely need to just... Apparently, it's just you need to destroy the jar, and fire could probably help with the poison. Or, just breaking the jar as a whole, since once the vessel is destroyed, it will no longer generate poison.
I'm legit just gonna throw it at the floor, see what happens.
Give me a strength. It will shatter, and there will be like a blob of poison that just, in sort of the open air, just bubbles and dissipates.
Okay.
And with the jar no longer in the waters slowly begin to clear.
Seeing this from where I am, I sort of achingly pull myself to my feet with a sort of hand holding my head because I'm still sort of ow. And did we kill her?
I think we did. I'm guessing the moment the jar broke, the poison weird just kind of disappeared. The body of it.
Oh, it kind of already disappeared because, you know, it exploded.
Okay.
Yep.
You got gooped and everything, Dave. It was the highlight of your day, remember?
You got slimed.
Lisana's gonna run off and try to check on the dryad.
Mm-hmm.
That's an hour away, isn't it?
It is an hour, yeah.
Okay.
Well,
That's the point in running.
No,
Apparently, we're all running, and I'm in full armor running, and I'm sweating profusely.
I mean, you didn't say we follow her. She said she ran off. She's the most capable of us.
Do you think this dwarf that is trying to protect everyone is going to let Lisana run away alone? No.
Lol.
Well, thankfully, just due to how pacing works, it's a longer distance. You have more stamina, so Lisana every once in a while have to take a break, and then that gives you a little bit of time to catch up before darting off again. Mm-hmm. But eventually, you would get back to that tree. The elm doesn't look quite as sickly, and there's a bit more color to Saveli, who does greet you all once you do get there with a small smile.
How are you feeling? Any better?
I'm still hurting, but it's no longer building. It will take time to heal, but I feel we will be fine given time.
Can I don't know if this is going to work. Can I try and do a prayer and ask and really talk inwards and ask Bahamut to see if I can give the tree some kind of blessing of protection?
You can give me a religion check.
No.
You try to think on how you could help something that is not quite a person. It doesn't seem to quite fit. There is no justice that comes to it. This is more natural order of things.
Okay.
It's like Bahamut.
Everyone else just hears a dragon laughing.
No, it's a, like
Dave.
just a it's a case of this isn't Bahamut's domain.
Right, but it's a dwarf that wants to protect everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But upon being helped, the dryad will go down to some small buds near the base of the tree and wave her hand, and 4 little flowers will bloom as she picks them and gives them one to each of you. It is not much, but it is what I can give in my state. These will show you are friendly to nature, and those that do follow it will treat you with some respect until the flower does wilt.
Thank you.
Let's see. Lisana, upon coming into contact with sort of this flower, there's almost sort of like this strange feeling, this connection, this swirl that happens, and something now feels a little different.
She's going to look around in slight confusion.
Mm-hmm.
Was that supposed to happen?
What what happened.
Something feels weird.
I'm assuming none of the rest of us noticed this.
It does depend, given how that happens. Have you chosen how this little extra bit is going to manifest? This is, you get your Fey Wanderer thingies now, yeah. This is, I've been given your Fey Wilde gift. Can everyone give me a perception check right quick?
Nope. And nope from the dwarf. That was almost a 19, and then it wasn't.
Lisana, can you also give me a perception check right quick?
Plot twist, Lisana doesn't even notice what.
Thankfully, Lisana does notice there's this kind of itching on your head.
She is gonna reach up and see what's happening.
It looks to be like a small couple of slightly fuzzy nubs are now on your head on either side.
Is there any water nearby? Or just where we were before?
There doesn't seem to be any immediate pool nearby, no.
Go back there again, do we?
Can I just ask how the Dryad is reacting to all of this?
Oh, there just seems to be a smile on her face as just looking at Lisana.
What's happening?
It seems to be that you have a bit of a connection to us. You are, I guess you could say, part of you is like part of us. But you stride both sides.
I cast Disguise Self and duplicate Lisana perfectly. As she now looks.
Mm-hmm.
I mutter,
Well, there is
I
illusion of
mutter
yourself.
and sort of move my hands just down in front of me, and my shape just changes following my hands, and I mimic what Lisana now looks like perfectly.
Ah, yes. And now seeing that, you do see there are a couple of small budding horns.
And now there are two Lisanas.
I look at Pelaios changing, and I'm like, but what? Were you always able to do that?
I don't think so.
That's cool.
I'm not gonna stay like this for now. It lasts like an hour, I think. So.
Please don't.
That's creepy.
Just a tiny bit.
Okay. And then I drop it because is it concentration? No, it's not. But I drop it anyway.
It is a spell that you can end quite easily.
Yeah, until you use your action to dismiss it, which is, yeah.
So somehow you are now connected a little bit more with the Fae, and now you've got the starting buds of antlers or horns, however you would like them situated per your character thoughts.
So now you can do special powers.
Now you've got access to all your Fey Wanderer stuff, yes.
Nifty.
I'm just wondering exactly what sort of horns or antlers and where they might be. Somewhere on your
You'll
head.
find out when I get around to redrawing the character.
All of this progress.
Progress.
Yeah, you seem to be changing a bit, Lisana.
She's just gonna sit down for a minute.
Vakhuil, the always worrying dwarf, because now, to be clear for the rest of the party, you've seen Vakhuil turn from someone who always wants to fight to someone who always wants to protect. And I go over to Lisana to make sure that whatever just happened to her didn't hurt her.
Oh no, definitely not. It looks like something completely, for lack of a better word, natural.
Okay.
Is indeed quite natural.
Da 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 da.
You know, we should probably go back to the cart and see if everyone's okay there.
It's been like, what, 3 hours now, probably?
We probably should.
Just a little bit, yeah. But they've probably, made camp for the evening, so. Ooh, we got some rumble thumbles over here. Nice thunder.
Well, let's go back and let's cook some stag.
That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds good.
When we get back, I want to cut a little bit of stag off and give it to my dragon.
Yep, readily eaten.
And I want to prepare the rest in a full buffet of stag meat. Different types of stag meat. Steaks, some with the bone, some without the bone. Just all kinds of stag meat. And I will use every part that I can.
All right.
Do I need to roll cook's utensils now to see how good it is?
Yes.
Please don't roll a 1, we don't need food poisoning.
It's relatively average given sort of the not kitchen setup. But it's edible. It's pretty good. And Mikul was able to provide a nice big fire.
I'm gonna look at Mikul and Mikul.
Mikul, M-Y-K-U-L.
Mikul, and say, hey, I know you. You have some alcohol lying around, don't you?
Me? A man of the cloth and the armor and the forge? Yes.
You do. Come on, share some.
Gonna keep this morning for a great celebration, but I mean, what other celebration is good for now? I mean, well, I have a bit of stout. Should probably do very well with the gameness of this stuff.
Yes, that sounds like a great idea.
And Mikul will share some dwarven stout.
Excellent. The first good stout I've had in weeks.
Can I have some coffee, please?
I'll make her some coffee. Do I do that with cook's utensils too?
Yes.
Please make it good.
It's average coffee.
Average. It's average.
I'll take average.
Yeah, it's a little gritty, but that's probably dwarven style of coffee. But it's coffee. It's
She's
better
fine
than
with
nothing.
that.
Does anyone else want some? Does someone want tea?
I will.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I will stick to water. Thank you.
Okay. What did you want, Frici?
Did you
Belanor?
Did you remove all the stag for soup, or did you keep some, as I said?
If you want me to keep some, I'll keep some.
I want you to keep some, yes, and I want you to keep it raw.
Keep it raw. Okay.
Why are you laughing, Ricky? I don't understand.
Because I like character stuff.
Okay. I'll give it to Belanor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I have nothing else to do.
What
Anything
do you
else for the
add
rest of the
for
evening?
now?
I'm gonna be doing a lot of prayers to. I realize that this is nature and that I can't protect it, but I will still be praying a lot to Bahamut to just have the feeling that I'm trying to protect the forest.
Well, you could probably tell from your other friend that foresty stuff is more a different realm. But,
Yes,
protecting travelers through it, yeah.
Yeah. Just generally protecting people and stuff. Yes.
I will stay as far away from the not civilization side of the camp as possible. More in the fire. Not in the fire, that would be... Roll for damage! No. More...
Thankfully, half damage because you are resistant to fire.
That's fair. But sort of that side of things, as possible. And we'll see if I can replicate what I just did to make myself look like Lisana. I know I'm going to fail because it's a once per long rest thing, but I'm going to see if I can replicate it anyway. To try and understand what I just did, because that was completely suddenly a thing happened. Learning new things. So yes.
Yes. Well, Mikul will also partake in the coffee, and so to give a good. It's
another one.
No, it's the same sort of what's before, and he sort of gives a nod, like, how else is you supposed to get that rich, earthy flavor without a few handfuls of dirt?
Good
dwarven coffee.
Yeah. Tried my best. It's not as good as it usually is, but it's good.
Yeah, you don't probably got the good press.
No, I don't. I don't have the Grimgaleer dirt.
Rich in iron, good supplement. But yes, eventually, Pelaios, you would see that whatever ability that was before seems to be a bit more limited to yourself, probably from your own heritage as opposed to the magic that you
there was no
work
tinge
with.
Of darkness or whatever when I was casting it. I noticed that much.
It seemed to be, while it's like still same shadow stuff kind of stuff, it's not that same tinged to it. It seems something close to oneself.
Lisana's gonna wander over and feed Ghibli an apple.
Oh yes, horse and stuff. All right, back to this big map. Now that it's already loaded once, it's a lot better now.
Can you ping us? Can you ping us to the right location?
That would be helpful, yes.
So let's see how many more days it'll take. Yes, about another 6 days before you would get to Grimgaleer. Thankfully, still uneventful.
Just to be clear here, the moment that we're done with all the extras of dealing with getting away from this crazy ass priest, I'm taking the entire party to my family.
Okay.
Well, what you see here is
Did you tell us that?
it looks like when you start approaching.
I basically tell you guys, come on guys, I need you guys to be some people.
Upon approaching Grimgaleer, it is an impressive series of battlements and crenellations inside the mountains, with granite staircases and bridges adjoining everything. And within the city itself, it is huge, cavernous wards. And Mikul would eventually come down and say, I'll be here and around, just helping around, but you and I are gonna have to have a bit of a chat once you're done here. Of course, you probably want to see your family after how long you've been gone, eh?
Yeah, definitely. I need to go have a fight with my sister.
I'm pretty sure she feels the same.
Yeah. And I tell the party, let's go meet my family.
Oh dear.
So far, nobody knows yet how big my family is, right?
Not quite currently, no.
Okay, let's go meet my family.
And out of character. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Indeed. Both in and out of character.
It takes a little bit to sort of go through the various wards and places, but eventually you do come to sort of a nice little dwelling that seems to be, quite pleasant. And there is a raucous din of shouting in dwarven, the sound of playing, the sound of arguing, cooking, arguing, shouting, arguing. Just normal dwarf household.
I literally shout I bang the door and shout inside, guess who's back?
I just had to take a moment to sigh so heartily at that. It's just, And there is a pause as everything goes quiet inside. There is still a clatter of dishes and stuff, but eventually there is an opening of a door. An older dwarf, beard still quite full, tied in a few places, hair always the mess that it is. You know this as Bane.
Hi, second dad.
And there's a look, it's like, well, there's a sore face, looking all scuffed. Ah, you stink too. Come on, come in, you and your friends.
Okay, come on, guys.
Is this the time to point out we're in a dwarven city with 2 people over 6 foot tall?
It is a little bit of a, crouch down to try to get into the house, but it's, you kind of have to lean a little bit.
Well, that does feel like home.
I mean, dwarven houses are fairly tall, aren't they? Inside, I mean.
Inside, yeah, it's just the, the door.
The doors. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a lot of, open space for that. But, it's enough that it's you gotta lean down for the door. But inside you see running around. Yeah. Inside you see running around a veritable number. There is probably at least a dozen other bodies roaming around. Some younger than others. Mostly older.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'm not gonna point them out, and I'm not gonna give you the names right now. They'll introduce themselves when they feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
I have six sisters, and they're here. One of them I have to fight because I don't like her sometimes. I have 4 fathers and I have 4 mothers.
Well, probably not all your sisters are here. You have your other one who's pretty much on her way out and married.
Yeah.
When we were doing character creation, did you just take all of Dave's dice for family members and just double them?
No, he rolled that many.
He
I
managed
rolled
to
that
order
many,
himself, yes. I was there.
Yeah.
Fair?
So many.
Mind you, I have like half of them, don't I? Have like 7, 8.
Then again, you get to my family and there's something as well. We won't go into that right now because that gets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't have family issues. It's fine.
I'm gonna look for Naomi and and just tell her, okay, we're gonna fight right now.
You don't happen to see her at this point. She's
Oh.
not here.
Okay. She's probably fake drinking somewhere.
No, she's doing her training like she's supposed to.
She's doing her training?
Aye.
Where?
Well, she's off at the training grounds, Moradin Temple. She's doing her martial stuff.
Okay. So I'm here because I have a question.
Well, before you do anything, you just hear a voice crack like a whip throughout the entire room. Vakhuil! And you know that tone of voice from Craig. You come in here, causing a ruckus, and you smell of a dog that rolled in its own muck. Clean yourself first.
Okay, I'm gonna go clean myself. And I'm just gonna point at Clack and say to the rest of the party, don't piss him off. And I go clean myself off.
I am, despite being not as over tall compared to one dwarf as the others, basically shrinking back in the corner of the room. Over the irony of that sentence, but I'm practicing social stealth right now.
Social stealth.
Can I add my stealth and my
The
deception
blue
modifier
tall
to that?
tiefling
Yep.
is practicing social stealth in a dwarven city.
Yep. Can I add my stealth and deception rolls to that one? So roll something in plus 10, please.
Not together, but you can give me a charisma stealth roll.
I mean,
Just
that works.
proficiency.
It's just-
If you're proficient in stealth, add your charisma bonus to it. So it's
that's a
funny in its
stealth
own right.
roll. That's a stealth roll. That's a +5 with the dex, but proficiency of dex, but it's a +3 with charisma as well. So I think it works out the same.
Yeah, it's about the same pretty much. So you are able to sort of put off an air that you do not want to be talked with.
I'm not here. It's fine.
It's I think it's more of a, I don't want to piss off the 8 dwarves.
It's very much. There's way too many people here for me. This is,
Yeah,
this is very much. I'm.
Yep.
There's way too many people here.
There's way too many people here and way too many beards here.
Yeah, and there's noise and there's noise and there's people and there's chaos and no, it's very much an approach right now.
Yeah, eventually, just still approaching quietly, sort of an older dwarf woman just comes over, gives you a nod, places down a cup, gives the nod again, and then goes.
I'm fine with this. I just sit or crouch or whatever and just drink.
Well, it's not water, but it's very weak ale.
Yeah, that works.
It's pretty much water. At least to a dwarf.
He's fine with that.
So, you have made it through the forest. You have come to Grimgalir. We have our paladin cleaning after being berated by one of his parents. But before we do progress, I think this is about where we'll hold off for the night, since we're approaching that last 10-minute point.
That seems reasonable. We've all had a
Sounds
long
like a
rest
good
at
idea.
some point in this because we were traveling.
Oh yes, it's
several
been
days and so on.
6 days.
No, we haven't had a single
Okay.
long rest in 6 days.
Yeah, we do them.
Get all our spell slots back, etc., etc.
Ah. Alright.
Yes, hit your long rest button, as you are now in a big dwarven city in a big dark kind of area.
I'm just waiting
around.
for Clack. I'm just waiting for Clack to one hit KO me.
Clack is an angry man, but Craig, he was the one who disciplined you.
Who was it?
Craig. CREGG.
Oh, that's the 151. Well, yeah.
That's the 151, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to piss off any of them, honestly.
Well, yeah, that's because every dwarf in Grimgalier is a soldier.
Yeah.
And the rest of them are miners, which make them probably even more dangerous.
They're learning to become soldiers.
Yeah. Miners are just soldiers who haven't been given a rank yet.
Quite so. So, let's have the wrap up, shall we, Dark?
That seems reasonable. You're right, anyway.
So-
Anyway, things, stuff, miscellany. Have a good evening. Hope you enjoyed. We'll all be back for more nonsense next week.
Nonsense ahoy. Yes, you get to now see the family life of one Vakhuil on wheel.
Yeah. The insane family life.
At some point, I'm going to roll really badly on that stealth, and it's going to be horrible.
Oh, quite.
The problem is there's a very good chance that a few people in my family will be able to see you no matter what you roll for stealth.
Yeah, I know. But it's stealth with charisma. It's not stealth with dexterity. So it still
Social
works.
stealth.
Yeah. Well, it could be either deception or stealth. I have the same modifier with both of them.
Oh, yes, quite.
Anyway, yeah. Stuff, things, laters, bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.